Okay, folks, welcome to the Try Program overview. This overview is the exact same for all sports. The only difference you'll start to see is when we get into a specific phase, come the middle of April, maybe end of March, middle of April. Up until then, we're going to be focusing on the very same aspects of your fitness. So, say the first phase, which is our general conditioning one, or GC-1 here. Is going to be concentrating on endurance and speed skills. I'll get into that now in a second. Okay, so we have the Try Program overview: goals, limiters, and solutions. Goals, you can print this off, stick it on the fridge, maybe write up a couple of goals, a couple of limiters. Weaknesses are limiters that are limiters to performance. So stuff that you're not good at that is very relevant to your sport. If you were a hill climber and you're not very good at doing hills, or maybe looking into developing a little bit of strength might be a solution for that. Okay, if your sport doesn't, or if your limiter doesn't limit you from performing in your sport, don't worry too much about it. Okay, it's a weakness then, it's not a limiter to performance. Okay, so we've week beginning, races and events. So we've lactate testing, self-assessments here. Priority at the moment, we've no priority races. These tests are priorities, but we're not focusing on them for the preparation of the plan. The phase of training, and then we have the amount of hours. Now don't worry too much about the hours, they're going to be just a guide for me when I'm developing the plan to see that we need progression week on week. Strength and conditioning, swim, bike, run. Okay, so the bikers are just seeing the bike when they get their overview. Okay, so we'll get into it. It's week beginning, 27th of October, lactate test, no priority on that at the moment. GC-1 week 1, 12 hours 45 minutes. Training, an intro to strength and conditioning. We're just going to keep with the intro because I don't want to be putting anybody under pressure just yet, and to be lifting heavy weights. And to be honest, the level of improvement that you're going to get from that is very marginal, so I wouldn't worry again too much about lifting big weights. You're only going to possibly injure yourself and risk too much for a limited reward. ES is endurance, S is speed skills, so your economy of movement, your turnover. So you'll see in the bike program, you're doing isolated leg stuff, you're doing spin ups, all that sort of stuff helps with the economy of movement and speed skill. Okay, and then the E is endurance. That's the focus. That's basically the overview of the program. Any questions, you can email me or ring me or whatever, and I can go through it with you. But it is self-explanatory. There's a legend down here to tell you what all the abbreviations are, and remember the main thing is that it's week beginning. Okay, so week beginning, 27th of October, that's this week. Okay, we're going to GC1, which is general conditioning 1, and week 1. Okay, so let me see now. I'll try and zoom in here a wee bit. Okay, a little bit too much. Okay, so we have again the same warm up as we had before for the swim. So stretch then activate, very similar. Okay, again, the swim programs are the most complicated. So for the triathletes and swimmers, do email me or ring me if you're having a problem with figuring out what you have to do here. It's very similar to what we did in the transition phase if some of you are getting through that. Okay, so it's 1 to 3. So 1 if you're doing the short distances, we'll say 5,000 meters per week or less. 2 if you're doing 10,000, and 3 if you're doing 15,000 meters per week. 4 by 250 as 50 fast off 1 minute with 2, and then 200 zone 2. So you do 50, 250, 250, 250, 200. Okay, to make up the 1,000 meters. Within the zone 2 effort, maintain good form. Okay, straightforward enough for me, I know, but yeah, okay, for most it might not be. So just as I said, give us a shout if you have any bother with them. I'll zoom in on this on all the swims because they're the hardest ones to get used to. Okay, so we're here on Wednesday swim, so it's 1 to 3 again. 2 by 500 as 100 PB plus 10, and then straight into 4 by 100 zone 2. Okay, so 100 PB plus 10. If you do a PB of 130, PB plus 10 is in around 140. You're hitting the wall, hit your beeper, and you're away again. Alright, that's basically it. Okay, into Friday's workout there. 1,000 meters as 100 zone 3, use the clock for that, and then you have 2 by 200 zone 2, use your tempo trainer. So let me see, 1,000 zone 3, 2 by 2, okay, so it's 2 times that. Okay, so it's 1,000 or 100, 200, 200, 100, 200, 200. Okay, so the 100 is quicker than the 200s. Again, just give me a call if you have any questions on it. Okay, let me see now, we'll scroll down here. So the week, that's week 1. week 2, week 3, week 4. So I talked about there's a progression. Week 1 leads into week 2, and there's more volume in week 2. So you've what, 12.7, 16.9, and then you have, let me see, 15.4 in week 3. Okay, so there's a bit of a discrepancy in volume there, but don't worry too much about it. And then we've 10.7 in week 4. So you can see that the week 4 has the least amount of volume, so we're allowing the body to recover there. That's basically it. I don't want to ramble on too much. I just want to try and give you a bit of an introduction into it. If you have any questions, just give me a shout.